Hi, I'm Gayle Theime. I'm the Director of Senior Services at the Wellesley Council on Aging. Welcome to the Tolles Parsons Center. Today we're going to do a walkthrough of the building. I'll be able to give you some information about the building and show you the spaces within the building. You'll have an opportunity to see some of our activities in action and maybe even talk with some of our participants along the way. This is the Mary Bowers Cafe and Lounge, one of the most highly anticipated spaces as we looked forward to the opening of the Tolles Parsons Center. It is named for Mary Bowers, a lifelong Wellesley resident who was a tireless advocate for the Tolles Parsons Center over many years. So as you can see here, we have small tables for people to gather over a cup of coffee or tea. Over to my left here, we have a soft seating area with a gas fireplace and some beautiful bookshelves that we're eager to fill. And people can come and just enjoy casual conversation with friends. We have self-serve coffee, decaf and regular, every day. We had a generous donor give some funds that goes towards the supplies, and people can always give a contribution if they so choose. We also have magazine and newspaper subscriptions, also thanks to the Friends of the Wellesley Council on Aging for offering those to us, and so people have magazines and newspapers to enjoy as they enjoy coffee. Behind me is the administrative suite, and at our reception counter we almost always have volunteers serving as greeters. You'll see that we have 2 touch screens there. When people visit the building, they are signing in with a key tag that recognizes them by first name, and then they get to select what it is they're there to participate in. They can select any number of activities each time they visit the reception desk. And you'll also find almost all of the Council on Aging staff located here. Our social worker has an office on the 2nd floor. So these are our personalized key tags. So when somebody visits the building, they're going to come up here and scan their key tag, and then it will recognize you by first name. On the screen, auto-populates all of the activities for the day, and we even have a drawing entry to really incentivize people using the touch screen so that we can track participation, who's visiting the building and for what purpose. So by entering into the drawing, you're entering your name into a chance to win a gift card at the end of the month by random draw. We have general visit coffee here, so if somebody is visiting the building and not for any particular activity, but maybe just to enjoy the cafe lounge, that's what they would select. Then you simply hit the finish button, and that's all you have to do. It's very easy to use. Okay, now we're going to venture up to the 2nd floor where we have other activity spaces and our social worker's office on the 2nd floor. So let's go. This is our card game room. As you can see right now, we have a group of people here playing Mahjong. Additionally, we have 2 pool tables that were also highly anticipated. That has been a great new program. We've even participated in some pool tournaments with an existing traveling pool league, so that's been great. We have other card games like bridge and cribbage, Mahjong, which I mentioned, and they all meet in this room different dates and times. It's also a place where people can come and enjoy just dropping in and playing a board game or a pickup game of cards with friends. They can also come and use the pool tables when the room is open, just for drop-in pool. Other times the room is scheduled for different activities. So this is a popular room, people really enjoy it. We do have a television screen on the wall as well, so we envision this summer maybe when the Red Sox are on, there's a big afternoon game, we would also have the TV on so that people can cheer on the team. We are now in the arts and crafts room, and we have acrylic painting taking place right now, which is a great program. We also offer watercolor, A lot of the fabric arts, such as a knitting group and a sewing group, also meet here. We'll be looking to expand our art programs now that we're here at the Tolles Parsons Center. We also have fantastic storage in this space, so a lot of these programs have materials that they use week in and week out, so we have ample space to be able to store those items as well, and great lighting. We are now in the fitness room, which also has a dance studio on one side of it. We have 6 pieces of fitness equipment behind me, as well as a weight bench with varying sizes of weights. Our initial plans for this room is that it is restricted to Wellesley residents over the age of 60. You come in and you have an orientation on the machines. It is a nominal membership fee to utilize the room, $25 for a 6-month membership, $40 for an annual membership. We have all the information available at the Council on Aging at the reception desk, so you can call or stop in to inquire. As you can see, there's a curtain that can be drawn that will separate the 2 spaces, so it is possible that we might have a smaller yoga class, for example, taking place at the same time while people are working out on the machines. We have a system in place where we can manage and monitor how many individuals are utilizing the space at any given time. There'll be a key fob, so when you come into the building at the reception desk, you check in and hand over a photo ID. In return, you'll get a key fob, which will help gain entry into this space, and that's how we'll be able to monitor and manage how many individuals are in the room at any given time, so that we don't overfill. In this room, the dance studio space, we could have we presently have a smaller yoga class at comfortably about 10 people with the instructor, and they're really enjoying this space. And things can happen simultaneously, or we could just be using the room for fitness exercise equipment use only. It's possible we might even have line dancing on the dance studio space. There's some discussions going on about whether or not we might bring in a personal trainer of sorts that could give individualized attention based on any situation or needs that any one individual has. This is a really neat piece of equipment. This is called the SciFit, and what I like about this is if there's somebody who's in a wheelchair, the seat actually slides back and comes completely off, so that somebody in a wheelchair can roll right on up and still use this machine for several functions. So this one's already been quite popular. We did a lot of benchmarking with other senior centers. Because this was a brand new space, we didn't know what machines we should be buying, and definitely at other locations, these 2 SciFit machines are extremely popular. So we definitely wanted to make sure that we had these, so we're excited about this. We do have a full-time social worker on our staff, and she has this private office behind me here on the 2nd floor. Her name is Kate Burnham, and she meets with clients, family members here at the Tolles Parsons Center. This gives her the privacy that she requires for the work that she's doing. She also spends a fair amount of time out in the community. She offers home visits for a needs assessment in somebody's home, and oftentimes we'll have a group meeting to involve family members. So she's an excellent resource for seniors as well as caregivers and any family members that are trying to improve the quality of life of Wellesley residents over the age of 60. I also want to be sure to mention that the Council on Aging works collaboratively with a number of other town organizations, to include the Wellesley Health Department, the Police Department, the Fire Department, and the Housing Authority. So Kate works very closely with all of those organizations and many others as well, to really pool resources and, as I said, improve the quality of life of Wellesley seniors. All right, so behind me now is a flexible meeting room, which actually has a partition. So it has the ability to subdivide, so you could have 2 programs going on concurrently. Presently, we have members from the New Era Fund and the Friends of the Wellesley Council on Aging who are using the space for a meeting. Other times, this space can be used for a lecture, and it will comfortably accommodate about 35, 36 people. We have a pull-down screen in there, so we have top quality AV here in this room, as well as a room we'll see later on, the multi-purpose room. The New Era Fund and the Friends of the Wellesley Council on Aging were instrumental in helping the Tolles Parsons Center come to fruition, particularly supporting the project budget. So there are, for example, some tangible items throughout the building and outside the building that have really benefited and will for years to come. And had it not been for the New Era Fund and their wonderful fundraising work, in addition to the Friends of the Wellesley Council on Aging, we may not have those wonderful items that contribute to the success of the programming here. The New Era Fund also has been tasked with the room naming, and there have been several individuals that have contributed significantly to the building, and so several of the rooms are actually named in honor of certain individuals because of these most generous donors. So I wanted to be sure to mention that as well. So behind me is the conference room. Right now what's happening in there is we have a longtime volunteer who's with us from the SHINE program, which is an acronym. It stands for Serving the Health Insurance Needs of Everyone. And the volunteer meets one-on-one with any Medicare recipient to talk about health insurance options, as well as guiding people to prescription drug plans that are going to be a good fit for them based on the prescriptions that they are taking. So it's a very valuable resource, and as I said, anybody who's on Medicare who has any questions or maybe just needs some help navigating a very complex area, the SHINE counselors are here to help. So to make an appointment, you would just call the office to get set up. This is one of 2 hydration stations in the building. So this is great to have, particularly on the 2nd floor. It's in close proximity to the fitness room, but people are encouraged to come with a refillable water bottle and just simply place it here, and there's a sensor and the water will just pour right into your bottle. We are standing just outside the Schuler MultiPurpose Room, which is the largest space here at the Tolles Parsons Center. The room is named for longtime Wellesley residents John and Dwin Schuler, both who have also been advocates for the building for many years. So it's great to be able to honor them. We do have a monitor which provides us with the opportunity as people walk in the front entrance. This is where they would look to find out what is planned for the day, what activities we have, and which room each activity is taking place. A little bit about the multi-purpose room. We have a variety of programs that take place in the multi-purpose room, just as the name implies. Several mornings each week we have back-to-back group fitness classes such as Tai Chi, yoga, strengthening classes, etc. We are then breaking down and resetting the room. We serve lunches here. Starting March 1st, we'll be offering lunches 5 days a week, generously subsidized by the Friends and entirely managed by volunteers. Then several afternoons or open mornings, we use the space for social events, Valentine's Day breakfast or St. Patrick's Day party, and sometimes we have large gatherings for lectures, speakers that come in and present on a variety of topics. The room also has the ability to subdivide, into two spaces, and there are times that we pull the partition, and it enables us to have that much more flexibility so that we can have two programs happening concurrently. We also have a piano in this room, which was generously donated to the Tolles Parsons Center. And of course, the multi-purpose room is immediately adjacent to the full commercial kitchen. So any event that we're having, such as the lunch program or any social events that have food and beverage, it makes sense that they would prepare in the kitchen and serve out of the kitchen. The room is also wired for filming capabilities with partnership with Wellesley Media. So that's a great opportunity for the Council on Aging to have some of our events filmed. It provides people an opportunity who might be out of town and miss a particular performance or event that we have scheduled to be able to enjoy watching the event. And as time goes on, it may also be an opportunity for other town boards, as this is a municipal building. So if there's another town board, for example, that's looking for meeting space, then the multi-purpose room has the capability to film those as well. So it's a beautiful space with beautiful lighting and beams, and a very attractive space that everybody's really been enjoying for all of those events that I've just mentioned. It's important to mention that the Council on Aging, now that we're here at the Tolles Parsons Center, certainly most of our programs do take place here in this building, but we have a number of partners throughout the community and nearby as part of our collaborative model. So for example, we have a popular Zumba class, and the participants and the instructor have a strong preference to use the dance studio down at the recreation building. And so that's an example of a partnership with Wellesley Recreation. We also have an evening and weekend lecture series, and those programs meet in the Wakeland room at the main library, and that's been ongoing for a number of years. So we intend to maintain that partnership. We're working with Longfellow Sports Club out of Natick to offer a water aerobics program for seniors, and we've been doing that for quite a while. So obviously people are not coming here to Tolles Parsons Center for their water aerobics class. They would travel over to Longfellow to enjoy that. There's countless other examples, but that gives you a flavor for the types of community partnerships that we have beyond our four walls here at the Tolles Parsons Center. Now we are at our beautiful outdoor patio, which is a great space. We envision lots of programs happening out here. Right now, all of our patio furniture for the winter is pushed to the side, but otherwise we have the patio furniture all set up with beautiful, comfortable seating and cushions. We also have beautiful landscaping here, and almost all of the areas out here on the patio get shade, so it's not an area that people would be subjected to too much sunlight at any given time. So we've got great landscaping. We're in partnership with the town to maintain that here as well as in the